What if you could just sit in the sun and make your own food? No breakfast, no lunch, no dinner. Just sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water, just like plants. It sounds convenient, right? In this video, we're going to explore one of the strangest and most fascinating what-if scenarios. What if humans could perform photosynthesis? Could we survive without eating? Would we eliminate hunger? Could this change the future of humanity forever? Or is it not as great as it sounds? Let's find out. Photosynthesis is the process used by plants, algae, and some bacteria to convert sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide into energy, producing glucose and oxygen. It's the foundation of nearly all life on Earth. Without photosynthesis, we wouldn't have oxygen. We wouldn't have food. We wouldn't have life. So if humans had this power, it might seem like a biological upgrade. But before we get too excited, let's ask a very important question. How much energy could we actually produce from photosynthesis? Let's imagine your skin is packed with chloroplasts, the green energy-making machines found in plant cells. You step outside, spread your arms, and soak up the sun like a tree. Sounds efficient, doesn't it? Not exactly. Even if every inch of your skin could absorb sunlight and perform photosynthesis, the energy you'd make would be extremely small. In fact, standing in full sunlight for 8 hours straight would only give you about 15 to 20 calories. That's less than a bite of a banana. Most adults need between 2,000 and 2,500 calories every day just to function normally. You would need to photosynthesize constantly, non-stop, and still not come close to meeting your basic energy needs. So no, photosynthesis wouldn't let you ditch food. But could it still help? Actually, yes. Little. In survival situations, that tiny energy boost could mean the difference between life and death. Stranded without food? Photosynthesis might help keep you alive for a little longer. It could also reduce the amount of food you'd need to consume slightly. But here's the catch. Photosynthesis only provides sugar. It doesn't give you protein, fats, vitamins, or minerals. All of those still need to come from real food. So while you might survive longer, you'd eventually run into nutritional deficiencies. Now, let's talk appearances. Humans could do photosynthesis, we would probably turn green. Chlorophyll, the pigment that makes plants green, would tint our skin. We might look like human-plant hybrids, greenish in color, especially in areas with the most sun exposure. Clothing might change. People might start wearing open or transparent outfits to allow more light to reach their skin. Offices and homes would be designed to give people more sunlight. Wouldn't just be relaxing, it would be necessary. Would also change. In regions with limited food, this ability could be seen as a blessing. It could help people who suffer from food insecurity or famine. Refugees or people living in extreme conditions might survive a little longer with the energy gained from photosynthesis. It could also transform space exploration. Imagine astronauts with solar skin, needing fewer food supplies on long missions to Mars or beyond. But not everything about this scenario would be positive. Sunlight could become a resource people fight over. Crowded cities might experience sunlight inequality. Rich people might buy rooftop access or wearable solar-enhancing suits. Others would be stuck in the shade, producing less energy, and maybe even suffering from sunlight poverty. Sunscreen might get replaced with products that enhance light absorption. A new kind of beauty might emerge, where a green glow is seen as healthy and desirable. And then there are the health effects. Too much sun exposure can already cause skin cancer, and photosynthetic humans would likely want even more sun than normal. The risks could skyrocket. Dehydration, overheating, and sunstroke could become daily hazards. On top of that, there's the ethical question. Would this trait be genetically engineered? Would rich countries modify their citizens to be more energy efficient, leaving others behind? Could photosynthesis lead to a new form of inequality? A world where some people have longer survival potential than those without. Now comes the question, could this ever actually happen? Interestingly, scientists have already experimented with inserting photosynthetic cells into animals. Some researchers have explored putting algae into the cells of tadpoles, or even testing how photosynthetic bacteria might support tissue regeneration. While we are far from making it work in humans, the concept isn't completely impossible. It would take radical advances in genetic engineering. But in the distant future, human photosynthesis could become a reality, or at least a bioenhancement for survival. However, for it to be truly useful, we would need to drastically change human biology. Our skin, metabolism, circulatory system, and energy needs would have to be redesigned. And the energy payoff, even then, might still not be worth the effort. So, what's the final answer? If humans could do photosynthesis, it wouldn't make us self-sufficient. We'd still need food. We'd still need nutrition. But in specific situations, like survival in remote environments or long-term space missions, could offer a helpful boost. The idea of human photosynthesis reminds us just how amazing plants really are. With nothing more than sunlight and carbon dioxide, they keep the entire planet alive. Maybe, instead of trying to become like plants, we should protect the ones we already have. 'Cause without them, none of us would be here at all. If you enjoyed this thought experiment, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with your own crazy science questions. Who knows, your idea might be featured in the next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.